Now, Channel 3 Eyewitness News begins with breaking news.
Thanks for joining us on Eyewitness News at noon. I'm Kara Sundlin, and we want to begin with the breaking news of 3 suspects, including the mother of a daughter who is 12 years old, who's accused of murdering her daughter. They've all just appeared in court for the first time. Your reporter Taylor Knight is live in Torrington. Taylor, what is the latest in this disturbing case?
Jacqueline Torres' mom, her aunt, and her mother's boyfriend were just in court moments ago. The little girl's family packed that courtroom. Some of them were unable to control their emotions. They had outbursts. Some were removed from the courtroom during the proceedings here. The little girl's mother, Kayla Garcia, and her boyfriend, Jonathan Nanita, that is, have both been charged with murder. The judge set bail at $5 million for both. Kayla came into the courtroom today sobbing before the judge. Jacqueline Garcia, the aunt, is charged with child cruelty. Her bond was set at $1 million. This all began last Wednesday when New Britain police say that they received an anonymous tip about suspicious activity going on in the backyard of an abandoned home on Clark Street. That's where officers found Jacqueline's remains in a plastic container, but police believe she was killed more than a year ago when she was living in Farmington. Investigators say that she suffered prolonged abuse and malnourishment before her death. The Garcia sisters and Anita are expected to be back in court here in Torrington on November 14th. We will have continuing coverage of everything that happened inside that courtroom today on Channel 3 starting at 4, as well as online at WFSB.com. Your reporter live in Torrington, Taylor Knight, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, Taylor, thank you. Right now, the Department of Children and Families is looking into the agency's history with this family. And in a statement, DCF says it will review all of the knowledge it has of this family, any supports provided, and casework decisions. And they encourage anyone with information about this disturbing case to please call police.